is a lamp unto my feet, and a light unto my path. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet, and a light unto my path.
First reading. A reading from the first letter of John. Beloved, what was from the beginning, what we have heard, what we have seen with our eyes, what we looked upon and touched with our hands, concerns the word of life. For the life was made visible. We have seen it and testified to it and proclaimed to you the eternal life that was with the Father and was made visible to us. What we have seen and heard, we proclaim now to you, so that you too may have fellowship with us. For our fellowship is with the Father and with His Son, Jesus Christ. We are writing this so that our joy may be complete. This is the word of the Lord.
A reading from the Holy Gospel of St. John, chapter 20, verse 1, 2-8. On the first day of the week, Mary Magdalene ran and went to Simon Peter and to the other disciple whom Jesus loved, and told them, "They have taken the Lord from the tomb, and we do not know where they put him." So Peter and the other disciple went out and came to the tomb. They both ran, but the other disciple ran faster than Peter and arrived at the tomb first. He bent down and saw the burial cloths there, but did not go in. When Simon Peter arrived after him, he went into the tomb and saw the burial cloths there, and that cloth that had covered his head, not with the burial cloths, but rolled up in a separate place. Then the other disciple also went in, the one who had first arrived at the tomb, and he saw and he believed. The Gospel of the Lord.
The things in our lives do not happen according to the way that we plan them. At times, yes, of course, they would happen, but many a time they would not go along the way that we wish for. When we watch a film or a drama, at times there would be abrupt ends where we would feel like, why it ended up like that? During the film, during the story, I would have imagined another way of ending. I would have imagined another way of the story will go away. But in a moment where I would not expect, it ends up. The same manner, my dear friends, the story of Jesus even got fluctuated here and there. There were times that the people would see that he will become the king. There were times that people would imagine and feel like that there would be a revolution. There would be a struggle. At times, there were moments where people would feel like that they would be freed from their bondages, from the slavery to the Roman Empire. But everything went upside down, especially for the disciples, with the death of Jesus. And today we hear the story of Jesus' resurrection, where Mary Magdalene goes to the tomb early in the morning and she sees an empty tomb, where she comes up again and gives this message to the disciples. And St. Peter, and it is said, the other disciple, the disciple Jesus loved the most, went into the tomb and they went in. Mary Magdalene, she saw the open tomb. She did not see the empty tomb. That is why she gave the message to the disciples saying, they have taken the Lord out of the tomb and we don't know where they have laid him. They have taken the Lord. She did not went in the tomb. From the outside she saw the tomb was opened, and now she assumed and presumed that Jesus had been taken away. Whereas Peter and the other disciples, they went into the tomb and they saw the clothes and the napkins of Jesus lying on the rock where they believed. It is very beautifully said. Then the other disciple who had reached the tomb first also went in. He saw and believed. He saw and believed in the resurrection, the resurrected Spirit of the Lord. That is what in the empty tomb these two disciples found, my dear friends. And today, celebrating the feast of St. John the Apostle, the evangelist. And he wrote not just the words of Jesus, but he wrote the words with the resurrected Spirit, knowing, feeling and seeing by his own eyes. He wrote the gospel, the story of Jesus. We can write the story of Jesus in our lives only when we enter into the tomb and only when we feel the resurrected Spirit in our lives. Other than that, as Mary Magdalene, from the outside, we would presume so many things in our lives and we would never feel the resurrected Spirit of Jesus. Let us go into the tomb and feel the resurrected Spirit.